Hey guys, I'm Meister and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man minifigure from Collapse Customs. I can't say this, this is their card thing, I don't know. Just someone please tell me how you're supposed to pronounce this. Anyway, I've been gone for a while, and I'm sure you really don't care, so I'm going to talk about why I've been gone at the end of the video. But without further ado, let's get right into it. This figure is going to set you back $25 and is actually the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man minifigure I can find anywhere. I spent days looking for a custom figure based off of this suit, as the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 are my favorite Spider-Man films. The only notable places on this figure without printing are the top of the toes, the back of the legs, and the back of the head, all of which annoy me a little bit, but from the front of the figure, you can barely see them. This figure has a lot of detail almost everywhere. Between these tiny little dot marks all throughout the figure, it really gives that aesthetic that you see in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I do wish, though, that the base parts were dark bluish gray, as I think it would have worked better, matching with the mesh printing. But apart from that, the color choices on this are great, nothing wrong there. Some people would say the spider symbol should be dark gray, but I prefer it as black, and I think it is black. Just lighting is a little bit weird. I find, though, on these boots, as you can see, there's no printing there, and that is a little bit weird to me. I just really feel like there should be printing. There's those lines. We're going to get to a few more things like that later. There's no printing on the back of the legs, which is kind of understandable. A lot of places don't bother printing on the back of the legs, but there is printing on the back of the waist piece and the back of the torso. I love that red spider symbol. This is easily my favorite Spider-Man suit. The face looks so weird and bad, if you ask me. The eyes need to be lower and more centered, and they're kind of faded. You can kind of see the red through the eyes. I like the dotted effect, though. Going on to the back, it's nothing there. And that problem exists a lot. Like, if you look at the back of the arms, you can see how the print kind of fades. Kind of, almost. It almost looks like a decal from the back of the arms. Apart from that, the torso is really great, and so are the front of the legs. The bar printing on the boots looks really good. But now, for the thing all of you are gonna hate. This figure uses non-Lego parts. If I take a look at these two Spider-Man figures here, they may look similar at first glance, but if I remove both of their torsos, you can see how the legs are slightly different. In between them, they've got different symbols and a few different dots, but apart from that, they look fairly similar. But then, looking at the inside of the torsos, you can see how they're largely different. The non-Lego one basically being hollow, with this one having a lot more stuff, quote-unquote, in it. And then if we look at the heads on these figures, they look approximately the same. But if you look really close, there's like this line on the top of the head right before it starts sloping. You can kind of see it. It's hard to capture on camera. Whereas the Lego one has that line. However, it's very seamless compared to this, where it actually sticks out. It's fairly annoying. And then finally, the top of the heads look quite similar. They both have a little dot in the middle of them. I want to get out of the way in the middle of the video, so I get the watch time, but people also don't buy this figure without realizing it if I save it for the end. Looking past that, there are still a few nitpicks I have with this figure, such as previously stated, the lack of toe printing. It just looks really weird. And if you look at the side of this leg, there's just the printing cuts off at the very top, which I found a little bit weird. And just the printing on all of this is a little bit sloppy in some places, like the area where the torso changes to the side. You can see how some of the printing goes. And I talked about this a little bit before, but the printing really fades on the arms. I'm going to be replacing that head with this head. This was used in the 2012 Spider-Man sets until, like, I think 2018 or so. And this just looks so much better in my opinion. I really want to love this suit, as it's my favorite Spider-Man suit from my favorite Spider-Man universe from quite possibly one of my favorite Spider-Man films. Heck, I've got every set based off of that film sealed, which is only one because Lego doesn't care about the fans of this movie, and no merchandising company does. That's besides the point. I want to love this figure. But there's those flaws with it, and it being printed on non-Lego, and all of this iffy stuff we have unsure opinions about. It ultimately comes down to you. Are you going to get this figure? Do you think it's morally okay to purchase non-Lego minifigures? I go back and forth with it. I want to hear your opinions, though, in the comment section down below. What's your favorite Spider-Man film as well? I'm very interested to hear, especially with Spider-Man Far From Home coming out soon. And please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss another video, as it really helps the channel a lot. And now that we're at the very end, only the people who really care about these videos care. Where have I been? Realistically, I took having virtual school for granted, where I didn't have to have a bus ride and I could film a video when I would have been on the bus, and also took the summer for granted. And now I've got school and sports and just busier. And I'm also having trouble with motivation. I have a ton of video ideas. Tons. There's a lot of stuff I would love to make, and I've been working on behind the scenes. I've got a video coming out soonish, or at least if I've got time to make it. I've got everything ready for it. It took a while to get the stuff ready for it. I don't want to give any hints away. That I really like and I'm really proud of. And there's going to be a lot more different content in the future. I'm trying to move away from these really short videos that are only about minifigures, like that I've been doing on Mondays. So with that said, have a good day. Please subscribe, like I said. And with that, I bid you farewell.